Hey folks, how are you doing? I'm coming here with a question and I'd like for you to answer it as honestly as possible. What is the number one reason why relationships fall apart? Okay, yes, I've heard those reasons too. Money, lack of communication, poor sexual, what do you call it, compatibility. Okay. The There is an overarching reason why relationships fall apart, and I'm going to share it with you. It is that oftentimes couples come together because they are meeting each other in their wounded places. I said wounded places. They connect where they're broken. And that's where they feel that they're compatible. That's where they recognize like a familiarity, like she gets me, he gets me kind of feeling, because it is a familiar feeling. It's not necessarily the right feeling. So we think that we're in love. We think that we've logically chosen the right partner. And in actuality, if we haven't worked on ourselves, then it's inevitable that we will attract those parts in someone else that are broken as well. And they will come together, and that's exactly what will tear us apart. So, what is the best thing in order to have a long term, long standing relationship, even a lifetime relationship? By knowing who you are and by letting the other person develop themselves. And if both of you have that realization that you're growing, you're becoming more who you are, and you talk to each other about those thoughts, those misconceptions you may have had. Like, the reason why I got so upset is because I thought you, and then you fill in the blank. Or I wasn't really upset, I needed to go to the bathroom and you were asking me a question and I was trying to do this, and all of it came together at the same time, so I was agitated. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you that way. That kind of communication really helps. And I'm not saying you have to be such softy people. You can be however your personality is and express yourself, as long as your other half, or the person that you're in the relationship with, gets to know that this is how you express yourself, and if it's acceptable to them, then they continue to allow you that space to express yourself the way you are. If it's not acceptable to them, then chances are you're always going to rub each other the wrong way. So why hold on to someone who probably criticizes how you are? And let's say that it's something that you could change, but is it really necessary to change that much? Or maybe that person needs to be with someone else if they want you to change into another personality. So the things that a person should change, I'm going to use the word should here, that I would recommend that a person change are things like addictions. I don't care what the addiction is: porn, drugs, movies, sitting and being lazy because you just can't get enough of that. Your phone, your smartphone, your computer, constantly going out fishing with the guys or having to play pool or whatever. We could go on and on what an addiction is. So an addiction is something that doesn't elevate you. It actually gives you this dopamine hit that makes you feel great temporarily, and then you really have this yearning for it when it's not there, like a drug. And if it is a drug, then you have that actual physical yearning. Addictions are good to drop. because you weren't born to be an addict. I don't think any human being was born to be an addict. So that's something that can safely be considered needing to move aside. What you'll end up getting is a strength of character that you didn't have before. You'll end up getting an ability to direct your life at will. So that's a good thing. It helps you actually free yourself from being addicted. What's a thing that you shouldn't have to change? If you're an artistic person and always wanted to be in the arts, and then you're expressing this and the person that you're with simply rejects that, that's a different kind of rejection. They're rejecting the tendency that you had when you were born or as you grew up. They're rejecting how you're putting yourself together. So let's say that you didn't have the artistic gene, or you weren't aware of it, if there is such a thing as an artistic gene, or if you just suddenly started doing it and you realize you have a passion for it, that growth spurt that you had, if your beloved, if your partner thinks you are a valuable human being to have in their life, I believe that that is not a reason for you to have to change back into whatever, let's say corporate-y, type A, Wall Street type of, executive, and that's not what they signed up for. It's okay if that doesn't work out, but if you have any patience with each other, anything can be worked out. If you have true love for each other, my mother used to say, you shouldn't hurt each other, not even with your thoughts. I don't know. I think Mom had something there. Positive thoughts toward your partner, thinking highly of them, thinking that you want the best for them, thinking that you maybe need to restate what you just said because you notice that you hurt them, that you hurt their feelings. Those are things that are helpful in a relationship. So there you have it. What I think is the number one reason why relationships fall apart. That's connecting in the wounded places. The best way to connect with someone in a more healing way is to do your own healing. So I recommend getting some coaching, or if there are some really deep-seated pains and traumas that you need to talk to a licensed therapist with, definitely go to a licensed therapist. But I really just hope that this information helps so that you know what your next steps need to be in order to get that joy of connectedness that we anticipate. It's good to be able to just get that. So that's what I wish for you. Have a good evening, have a good day, have a good morning, wherever you are, whatever time it is. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care.